How many of you get angry, get frustrated when you read political discussion on the internet? Or listen to political pundits? Yeah, me too. The media is polarizing us, making it hard for us to come together to solve our problems, to even talk about them. But you know what? We're not as divided as the pundits and the trolls make it seem. Hi, I'm Travis Kripling, PhD in computer science. And 3 years ago, I got together with experts in political science, in computer science, in communications, to build web technology whose very design could help us come together, find common ground, learn from our differences, and solve our problems. The result is the Living Voters Guide. For 3 years, Washington voters have been coming together to share their perspectives on ballot measures. And today, we're here to ask for your help in expanding across the nation. Because creating civil dialogue starts with you. With you tomorrow, staring at your ballot, deciding whether to vote for this charter school amendment. Deciding, as we all do in relative isolation, simply looking at our voters pamphlet or at partisan news sources or with our like-minded friends. All isolated, not sharing our own thoughts. Imagine if it wasn't like this, if we could actually hear what other people think. This is what the Living Voters Guide does. It's a new type of forum where we can come together and listen to one another, to share our perspectives. So imagine yourself thinking through the pros and cons of this initiative. Now, you're having a hard time coming up with the con points. So you start to read the cons that others have already added, and you find some that really resonate with you. So you integrate them into your list. You've now found common ground. Now, you've also made a decision. You're going to support this, but not as much as before. So you post your opinion. Now, before you is 368 people's opinions about the most important pros and cons, all integrated and shown on a single screen, a guide to public thought. And look, you can even see that opposers are recognizing some of the same pro points that you thought were important. That is also common ground. Now, what does this look like with the status quo, with a comment forum? Well, it's overwhelming. It's a long list with no way to see what's common between them. The Living Voters Guide shows that democratic dialogue doesn't have to collapse when many citizens choose to raise their voice. Our novel architecture even prevents special interest groups from overrunning the site. Now, the cynics out there might be thinking, people don't want this. They want to be right and to win. Well, thousands of voters have crossed the bridge that we created and met their virtual neighbors. They've been inspired when they hear the other side and can see common ground. As Kay says, it is democracy at its best. And the numbers back it up. Our team of university researchers have shown that users of the Living Voters Guide, first, they actually consider both sides of issues. Second, they actually listen to people with whom they disagree. And third, amazingly, 46% say that they actually changed their opinion based on something that they read. Now, our plan for the future has 2 parts. In the first part, we'd like to expand to 7 states in 2013. It only costs about $20,000 per year per state to operate. For comparison, it costs over $500,000 for King County to produce this pamphlet. For a fraction of the cost, we can imbue it with the voice of the people. Now, in phase 2, we're going to create revenue by first selling it to government for elections and for policy development. And second, we're going to sell it to organizations for use in strategic decision making. We know there's a market here. People have been seeing the Living Voters Guide and wanting to use it in their own organization. We've even made a first sale to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. We're a proven team that knows how to execute. We combine expertise creating cutting-edge civic technology with decades of civic leadership experience. Under CityClub's leadership, we've expanded to California and have been winning awards for our work. We're also advised by a leading civic entrepreneur and an experienced business executive. Help us raise $100,000 to spread across the nation. Invest in a democracy where we can learn from our differences, find common ground, and overcome our challenges. Invest in the Living Voters Guide. Thank you.